Hello YouTube, Chris here with a new unboxing today, which is the Chewy HI8. It looks almost the same as the VI8. I'm pretty sure the design is exactly the same, but I'll just have a look. It has the same exact hardware when it comes to the internal CPU as the Atom Z3736F. Clocks up to 2.16 GHz. We have the 2 GB of RAM, 32 GB eMMC drive. It's a dual operating system tablet, and it's 8 inches. The only difference being is this right here. So we have 1920 by 1200 screen instead of that 1280 by 800 screen that is on the VI8 Ultimate, what I've just recently unboxed that version. And as far as I can see now, yeah, it is looking identical, housing and everything. So here is the tablet. And yes, it looks exactly the same as the VI8 Ultimate. So it's in white here. Have the Windows captive button there at the bottom. Microphone at the bottom. Has this nice little metal trim that goes around the outside, which just adds a little bit of more of a premium look to it. Makes it look slightly more expensive. Just a bit of metal on there. Feels nicer too in the hand. It's a matte back on the backing plate here. Matte. And it's a white color, obviously, you can see that. And there's a speaker there, which is just a mono speaker. This is the same speaker that's probably in the VI8 Ultimate, but it's not the same crappy, useless speaker that used to be in the first model. The first model had just a horrible speaker. They've swapped that out, and I'm 99% sure it'll be the same one that is in this. And we have a micro SD card slot here, volume up and down rocker, power on, 2 megapixel camera on the rear. That is quite a useless camera, but I will do some testing on that and later on in my review that'll be on techtablets.com. And we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port there, and no HDMI. They've removed the HDMI. Don't know why. Maybe cost cutting to keep the price down. So just have a look and see what else is here in the box. The usual accessories, no doubt. Now I bought this one here from geekbuying.com. They had stock and I got it sent out to with the DHL so I could get it quickly to unbox for you guys. Power adapter there for me, US to EU. This is the power adapter, which should be the same. Let's have a look. Yeah, 5 volts, 2 amps, 2-prong US style. And it comes in white. Put that aside there. And we have another box here, rectangular box that has the, hopefully, micro USB cable. There we go, in white. Anything else on there? Should be. OTG cable, so micro USB to full-size USB for Android and Windows. And this here is just some information leaflets, warranty card and whatnot. I'm not actually going to open that up because it's all in Chinese. I can't understand it and there's really nothing there interesting to look at. So I will get my scales here and have a look and see the weight of it. It'll probably be about 300 grams, just almost knocking the camera over there. So I'll get the scales into the picture. And put the tablet on and see how much it weighs. So 307, I think that's about the same, more or less, weight as the VI8 Ultimate was. Speaking of which, here's the VI8 Ultimate. You can see that they are identical looking. Exactly the same. Exactly the same hardware. Will they have the same eMMC drive in them? I will test that out in later videos, and of course the difference being the screen. So I'm going to power on the HI8, getting myself confused here, and have a look what that looks like. So just powering on here into Android by the looks of it, Android logo. If you hold down the volume down button when you power these tablets on, you'll get the dual boot menu, so you can select straight away on boot if you want Windows or you want Android. Okay, so this is definitely the Android ROM here. Alright, so it has booted up. Straight away I can see there is, yes, a big difference there in that screen. It looks a lot sharper, and in fact the colours, maybe the brightness is even better as well. It's on automatic brightness at the moment, so I'll just change that and increase that to full brightness there, and I'll bring the HI8 Ultimate into the shot here so you can see the difference the resolution makes there. Don't know if that's going to be that clear in the video here, but I will have a full comparison of these two models and go over pretty much everything I can think of. That's actually on full brightness, so you can see already that the HI8 has a brighter screen, higher resolution screen, and really, to be honest, this is only about 10 US more, so something to worth thinking about. But games should run faster on the lower resolution screen, store games at least, so we'll get into that later on. So what I do now with the HI8 is now I just quickly have a look at Android ROM. So there's no bloatware apart from this Chewy application here, which you can't remove, if I remember correctly. No, you can't just uninstall that. But you can get root with these tablets later on and remove that if you want. So very light ROM. You can see it's very kind of stock Android like. The launcher as well is nothing heavy. It's just very kind of like a Nexus launcher there. So what I'll just do is jump in and just go to about settings here and see Android 4.4.4 KitKat. No Android 5 on this yet. Swap now to Windows and see how long that takes. So it's just going to boot over now into Windows and have a look at what that screen resolution looks like within Windows there. Should look pretty good. And that actually wasn't that slow at all. Booting over, it was quite quick. So you can see that all the tiles on screen there. Just check the rotation's working. Screen rotation is working there. And there's the desktop, so everything looks a little bit small there. Have a look and see what the window scaling is set at. It's on the largest setting there. Okay, 150%. They have scaled that up there. The Windows button is working fine. So let's have a look at the screen brightness. It's maximum screen brightness right there. Very sharp looking. There's quite a large difference I can see already compared to the i8, which is the little brother of this tablet here. And free space, sorry I didn't point that out in Android, but free space is around about 6 gigabytes I think, if I remember correctly, from the i8 Ultimate. And in Windows here we have 9.83, so just shy of 10 gigabytes. Give you a close look at the screen here. You can see it's quite sharp. And of course it's not a laminated display. We have the touch digitizer glass on the top. Glass, or it could even be hardened plastic. You can see that there is a gap. There's a gap of maybe about just under a millimeter between the two there, but the display does look impressive. Does look nice, because 8 inches with that resolution is quite sharp. You know, people would call this a Retina display. I don't personally like saying that. It's just a high resolution display. It's got nothing to do with Apple's marketing. So that is the Chewy HI8. Thank you for watching the video. If you're interested in this tablet and maybe the other little brother, which I have here floating around, this one here, I will have comparison videos up, and I will also put them head to head together, do some gaming tests to see really what kind of impact the high resolution screen will have on the tablet when it comes to store gaming, and go through lots of things. So do keep an eye out for those if you are interested in these models. Thank you for watching, and hopefully catch you in those other videos. Bye for now.